Hello, my name is Arlie and this is Arlie Tarot. And today we have a reading, a pick a card reading, regarding what your spirit guides will tell you at this time if you were having a conversation with them. This came about because of a specific card in this deck, the Illuminated Tarot, which is the card of the Five of Swords. I know, Five of Swords, but it is the Five of Swords. And in this deck, whenever this card comes out, I always think of spirit ready to talk, or spirit being ready to sit across from you and be very open about whatever it is that you're asking about. Very blunt, very straightforward kind of energy. So this is the card that inspired this. That is, and I'm going to be using it in the actual reading. I don't know why I'm tripping over my words right now, but anyways, so my plan is I do have pre-shuffled cards and oracles, but also I'm going to shuffle this deck, and obviously this card is here, it'll be in there, and then we're gonna look for that card and see what card is before it and after, and get those out and see what the message is, and you know, go from there. I will say that this is going to have like a blanketed kind of intention of being about what you need to know right now. If you, let's say we're doing a reading for yourself, asking your spirit guides, but obviously you're not doing the reading, I'll be doing the reading, because it is really, really hard sometimes, even if you dabble in divination, any kind of divination, not just tarot or oracles, to read for yourself, because you know there's certain obstacles sometimes that make you not see the message clearly, or you do see the message clearly, but because you're reading for yourself, you're like, oh no, that's not true, that can't happen, you know. Anyways, so we have 3 piles to choose from. Pile 1 is the Ace of Swords with clear quartz. Pile 2, you are the Ace of Pentacles with selenite. Pile 3, you are the Ace of Wands with black obsidian. Go ahead and pick your piles, and I'll see you in your reading. I'm going to start with pile 1, okay? Hi, pile 1. If you guys picked the Ace of Swords with clear quartz, this is going to be your reading. All right, pile 1. So we are doing this reading in a style where I want you to pretend you are sitting right across from your spirit guides. Maybe it's one, maybe it's a couple of them. And spirit guides could be angels, fairies, ancestors, galactic beings, Gaia, Mother Earth. It could be God, it could be Christ, it could be whoever it is that you feel comes across for you and communicates with you, your higher self as well, your inner child. Again, possibilities are endless here. So yeah, I'm being very drawn to interpret this card a little bit for some reason. The crown with the leaves coming out of it, and I don't know what the leaves are, but it makes me think of that crown of leaves. Is it olive leaves that Caesar would wear in ancient Rome? Does that make sense? I don't know. That's what's coming through. There's definitely something very like a very expansive kind of truth or clarity that wants to come your way. The 3 mountains makes me also think of like you climbing to a summit of something to gain clarity, and the clarity is coming to you. Oh, okay, that it also makes me think of peace because of an olive branch. Oh, so maybe the part of the message here is going to be about something that can bring you peace, some truth that can bring you peace. Okay, that's what I was getting. All right. So if you missed the intro, that is okay. I explained that this reading was inspired by this card, which is the Five of Swords. And we are going to shuffle this deck and find this card in the deck and see what card is before and after. And that's how we're starting your reading today. And then I'm adding on all of the pre-shuffled cards that I have already to kind of get a whole picture. And then we're going to go from there. So pile one. Your spirit guides have a message, and we're going to see what that message is for you at this time. I feel like for you, they might brush upon a couple of different areas of your life. It's not just one thing, or maybe what I was speaking up of about the truth or a certain enlightenment, a certain clarity. It will affect many aspects of your life. Like it'll, something about trickle down, right? So it starts by being like, let's say, an internal truth that makes you realize, oh, I actually want to pursue this kind of career. And then that trickles down into you having to change maybe your lifestyle, maybe your actual career, or having to go back to school, or in doing so you meet someone, you know what I mean? You make new friends, or you have a new friend group, or there's something about like trickling down, like a domino effect here. Please take whatever resonates, okay? It is a collective reading, so I'm anticipating that I'm gonna be getting a lot of different messages for a lot of different people here. But yeah, all right. I keep seeing, look, it fell. I keep seeing this card, which is the Six of Swords. It's going somewhere. Where are you going? This makes me think of a trash bag. It doesn't make me think of what is it? Like luggage is more of trash, like taking out the trash, but in a peaceful way, in a way of like letting go of old baggage. Okay, interesting. All right. Oh, the card that we're looking for is there. All right, one more shuffle, and then we're gonna look for this card. Okay, well, a lot of energy and a lot of like, this is the Ace of Pentacles and also the World card in this deck, by the way. So if you guys were deciding between pile 1 or pile 2, maybe pile 2 also has a message for you, because that was the card for pile 2. All right, I'm ready. Let's look for that Five of Swords. And like I said, we're looking to see what card is before and after, and those are the cards that we're taking. Watch it be at the end. Okay, there it is. All right, 2 queens. Oof, my goodness. All right, I love that. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. So the Five of Swords is between the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Swords. Wow. All right. The phrase, "ain't that the truth," just popped into my head. I'm not going to read into this right now, even though I'm getting a lot of stuff firing my way. I'm gonna get some of these out here. Ooh, death. Okay. See what I mean by a big change happens here with this truth being clarified by death. Abundance. Abundance with the Queen of Cups. Beautiful. Purification with pine spirit. Okay. Talisman. Oh, you were the pile that got 2 of these cards, because I was only meant to get 1. But you got 2. Water element again. With 18, which is usually the moon card, which is water ruled as well, because it's Pisces. Interesting. 31. Some of you could be 31. Okay. And these two, oh, do I want to? No, I think I want this one out too. Ooh, 27. One of my favorite cards in this deck. Crop circles, messages, curiosity, and signs. Okay. And now we reach the point where I realize that not everything is in frame and I have to shuffle things around. All right. You're the first pile that I do, so that's why we're figuring it out together. Okay. Let's move this up a little bit. All right. And then we have a final card here, but I'm leaving it for advice for you at the end, okay? All right. Pile 1. There seems to be, oh, 30, 31. I like the consecutive, and the fact that they came out next to each other is chef's kiss. Yeah, so there seems to be some kind of very mental energy, because these two are swords, and then we have water and water around both of these cards. There seems to be a fight between your heart and your mind at this point. And it probably does have to do with how you want to proceed forward when it comes to your abundance, or what you perceive as abundance, or what you perceive as how you receive abundance. So I am a limitless being, and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. That could be what is clicking for you, is what I want to say. What's finally being, you're finally giving a key to unlock something, or you feel like you're giving the key, but little did you know you've already had it. You've had it for a while. It's really interesting that the queens in this deck are like that. It's seamless. It's a seamless reflection. That tells me that for some of you who we're speaking with here is definitely your higher self. Your higher self and your incarnation in this lifetime are very much mirror images of each other. There is this, or not saying physicality wise, but energy wise, like yeah, at a core level, you are so much mirroring this beautiful, like, kind of way that you see your higher self as an extension of you. I think you believe in that, because or else your higher self wouldn't be here. You have a very close-knit relationship with your higher self, right, as a spirit guide. However, they want you to realize that there is no space. There's no space here. It is just a continuation. You are perfect little mirrors of each other, and there is no, there's no disconnect. It is very, how do I explain this? They don't want you to see your higher self as just an extension of you. They need you to integrate it. Believe or realize or unlock this part of you that is not, well, you're being given something, and you're gonna perceive it as an advancement. You're gonna perceive it as a gift, maybe also protection, or there's a sense of needing to feel protected, to then be able to tap into this core of yourself and realize that there is, how do I explain this? The image that's coming to my mind is one person holding an end of a rope and another person holding the other end, right? You know that there's a cord that connects you to your higher self, right? Okay. Now your higher self wants you to realize that there is no cord per se. It's almost like the hand that's holding one end, it's literally, there's no space. It's right there. Like Do you see what I mean by the reflections are not separated like they usually are in regular cards, right? One queen is here, one queen is here. There's no space between you. That's probably something, a big thing that you're integrating, a big thing that has to do with a death and a rebirth, because that is how significant of a like expansive mind you are, either on your way to having or you already have. And now is the time to kind of bring it down from the mind to the heart space. Okay, you bring it down from the mind to the heart space, and boom, it's almost like instant gratification is what I want to say, but that is not the word. You imagine it and you can have it. You really, especially if it's meant for you and for your path ahead and for your life's mission, or just in general for your betterment in this lifetime. There's something about the fact that you're getting this. It's very interesting. Instead of using a sword now, moving forward to get what you want, right? Having to maybe fight a little bit, struggle a little bit. It's as easy as getting a key. So imagine if, right, just like we say, sometimes the pen is as mighty as the sword, right? Imagine that kind of shift happening in your life, where you needed a sword before, actually now you just need a key. And not that you need it, you have it. Some of you have Hecate knocking at your door as well, at the door of your what is it? Subconscious, unconscious consciousness as well, saying, hey, I'm here to help you. Maybe Hecate wants to be part of your spirit guide team here. Winter is definitely significant. The pine, you see, there's something about an olive branch, a branch in general. Crop circles. Message, curiosity, and signs. They definitely need you to stay very open to the woo-woo kind of things when it comes to your spirituality, because you probably will be experiencing a lot of that. Tomorrow is the 31st of October, and the veil is very thin. The veil is going to be very thin for a little bit, honestly. Winter seems to be a great time for the veil to be thin, and even thinner or not existent for a lot of the people that have already been piercing it throughout their lifetime and receiving information and seeing things out of the corner of their eye or in front of them. Okay, like there's something about that, something that it's like, imagine if, let's say you're someone who believes in crop circles, but now you're not just someone who believes in it because you've seen it or whatever on TV or online. You get to see something as magical as that happening. The orbs could be also significant. Maybe some of you can see auras, is what I'm getting with that. The number 27 could also be very significant. Some of you also here, now that I'm seeing 27, 30, and 31, could be starting your Saturn return, and that will be a death and a rebirth in your life for sure. It happens to all of us. We all go through it. That could be significant for some of you. I have to also point out that Five of Swords is usually a very painful card depiction of energy in the regular tarot. Here is so smooth and cute, and it's a challenge, it's a battle between something here. Like I said, it feels like your mind and your heart, but also remember that fives are about change, okay? Change and flow. Ooh, I just realized something too. Numbers could be very significant to you. There's something that you gravitates towards, or maybe numbers is how they communicate with you a lot, like your spirit guides, specifically your higher self, because 18 adds up to 9 and 27 adds up to 9 as well. And 13 is mirrored. It's the mirror of 31, which is this card. Okay. So yeah, there's again, the mirror thing is very interesting. I don't know what else I have here for you. I want to hold this and see if I get something else. I'm getting this sense of something that you've looked at, you've seen, it's something like tried and true kind of thing is coming through, as far as like you've always kind of done this, or you've always kind of used this certain tool in your spirituality, but now you're seeing it differently. You're approaching something differently as well. There's seeing different angles of something, maybe not just something, but different angles of people. Your perception could be changing about something, but because of this clarity that you're getting, this key. All right, I'm ready for your advice here. Oh, wow. Magic. Make a wish. Believe in miracles. Magic surrounds you. I did not say it in the intro, but I said it in your pile. I was like, your spirit guides could be many things. I mentioned fairies. I remember that. And here they are. And then the little sprinkles here make me think of the little orbs. So maybe what you're seeing could be, again, you could be someone who believes in magic. You could be someone who believes in fairies, believes in unicorns. But now, and I know this is crazy, I know how this is gonna sound, you get to see it, like literally see it. Or maybe it's not seeing it physically, but you get to clearly communicate with certain beings, maybe through meditation or through divination of some kind that you didn't before, even though you believe in them, but now you have access to it. Whatever this is that's happening, the takeaway for you, Pawan, is it's a very, very beautiful path ahead that it's unlocking for you. And it's not so much unlocking, and I'm using that word because of the key, but it is, it's almost like, it's not unlocking, it is aligning and unlocking. I'm not gonna lie, it is that, but they almost want you to believe that it's like, it's never been anything different. You've always been here. You've always been able to do this. You've always been able, you were always meant to be doing whatever it is that this will spark up for you. It is part of you already. It was part of you from the beginning, right? There's that thing of like, there's no separation. It's just now you realizing it. It feels more of like, you know, we're born and we carry with us a soul mission. We have a plan ahead, right? But we forget it, and that's part of having a human experience, right? And this is you having a human experience and unlocking certain secrets, certain things about you that you maybe picked up on other people but never believed they were part of you or who you are. But boom, here it is. It starts at the mind, though. It starts at the mind. So this could be something that has been circling you. It has been circling you, like your crown chakra, your third eye. This kind of realization has been circling you for a while. And then there's like a moment where the floodgates open, the veil is open, there's no veil at all. And you're able to bring this down to your heart, and then that's where you like believe, and it's expansive with abundance. It's expansive and it's life-changing with death here. And they want you to know that you are safe. You are safe. It's, if anything, you're being cleansed of something too. Maybe you're burning through some karma, or have been for a while. Some of you could be coming up on a birthday, because that Make-A-Wish makes me think of that. Also, you could be a Scorpio, because that, you know, death is here, so that makes sense. Pisces came through heavily as well. Water energy is heavy here. I'm being called to say that snow also turns to water. Kind of, oh, that makes me think of a rune. The rune Isa, which is ice. And ice melts eventually, right? So, yeah, there it is again, about maybe what was being held stagnant for you. The ice is melting now, and now you get to unearth this. Feels like a spiritual gift for some of you as well. A spiritual gift, an idea, a new path ahead, some clarity of some kind. All right. Thank you so much, Pile 1, for trusting me to read for you. I hope that this helped. That this little conversation we had here with your spirit guides was something you needed at this time. If this found you, I'm sure it was. And I hope to see you in other readings in the future, Pile 1. Bye-bye. Hi, Pile 2. So, if you guys picked the Ace of Pentacles and Selenite, this is going to be your reading. I feel like holding this for a little bit. All right, and I will. Okay, Pile 2, if you did not... Did I say Pile 1 before? I am so sorry if I did that. It is Pile 2. We are in Pile 2. All right. If you did not see the intro where I explained kind of how I'm going to do the reading, I'll go over it again. So this reading was inspired by a card in this deck, which is the Illuminated Tarot. And the card is this one, which is the Five of Swords. And I always interpret this card as spirit being very ready to talk, to be very frank, honest, clear, right? Just because of how it looks, you know, to people sitting across from each other. And I wanted to take that energy and put it into a reading for you, as far as kind of imagining that I'm sitting here and I'm you, and I'm sitting here across from my spirit guides, whoever wants to come through, and they have a message for me at this time, and I interpret it and I believe it. And the reason why that is because I'm like an external, you know, person, because sometimes it is really hard for us, even if we are very used to using divination, to, you know, read for ourselves. Excuse me for a second. I have to mention this because it's so prominent right now. All of a sudden, I'm getting a lot of heartburn. So if that's something that you're experiencing as of late, your spirit guides want you to look into that. Your Ace of Pentacles make me think of wealth and health. I am not a health professional by any means. But now that I'm talking about it, it's excited. So it was a message that needed to be delivered. Yeah, maybe some of you need to look into if you're having some heartburn problems or just digestive kind of issues as well. I'm getting a lot to do with the throat, mouth, and stomach area. Please look into that. All right, let's get into your reading. So I am going to shuffle this deck. This card is here, and then we're going to look for this card and see what card is before it and after. And then after that, we're gonna use your pre-shuffled cards as well. We're gonna get an overview of everything and then start with your messages, even though the messages already started. So all right, Wow, it is so interesting. That physical kind of sensation that I got of like heartburn. And as soon as I addressed it with you and spoke about it, it went away. That was crazy. All right. You guys could be someone that experiences your intuition very much in an earthly way, like in your physical body, okay? Pay attention to that is what your spirit guys want to say too. I feel like a lot of your messages come in the form of, you know, I'm not saying you don't get angel numbers and synchronicities of all kinds, shapes and sizes, but a lot of it is your body. Your body speaks to you very, very clearly. Maybe a very prominent spirit guide that wants to work with you right now could be your inner child as well. Something about ancestors too. People that have come before you that have had earthly experiences themselves, because not all of our spirit guides have been incarnated on earth, you know, so it's sometimes a little hard for them to, not hard for them, but there is, you know, kind of like the whole thing of, unless you go through something, yeah, you can sympathize, but it's not as the same as if you actually experience the same thing that someone else is experiencing. You can, you know, you know where they're going through because you've been in their shoes, kind of thing. That's what wants to be said here. If you have a specific spirit guide that you communicate with, that you feel like is definitely an ancestor, they could be here right now. It is a collective reading, so please take what resonates, leave the rest for someone else. We can all learn from anything that comes up here, okay? But only take the messages that really resonate with you, okay? All right. Just gonna give a little bit more of a shuffle, and then we're gonna look for that 5 of Swords. All right, I'm ready. Let's see. Pile 1, it took me a while. Ooh, you guys were really fast. There it is. Okay. That was very, very fast. All right, so we have the King of Wands, which is also the Magician in this deck. We have the 5 of Swords, like I said. And this is the 8 of Wands. Ooh, that's why it was fast. Again, Wands and Wands, I like that. And the 8 of Wands is fast communication from the divine. So, oh, this is giving me like spiral vibes. Even the how they're shaped and their neck. Yeah, spiral. Something about healing is a spiral. Maybe you need to be reminded of that. I know this is not a peacock, but a peacock kind of feather, finding that could be significant, or using that in your practice could be significant. This kind of crisscross thing makes me think of chess, like a chessboard, but also something about you're entwined with spirit in some kind of way. All right, let's get the other cards out here. I'm leaving this one for last because this is your advice. The Lovers, okay. So intertwined with someone, maybe. Okay. This is so cute. I love this deck. Look at the sun. It's like, what's going on there? Cupid. Ooh, we even have, all right. It is the year of the snake. The green guarded snake is there. I love this. This is really cute. I also have to point out that the other side of the coin when it comes to the Lovers is the Devil card. I don't know why it wants to be out here as an information, but that came through just now. Maybe there's a choice to be made here, okay? Acceptance. I am learning to accept the things I cannot change. This under the Magician is a very interesting combination. And I'll tell you why, because usually in tarot, we think of the Magician as, yeah, someone who has all the tools to perceive, and then it's above, so below, not to perceive. That was what I wanted to say was to proceed with their craft, you know, but you also manipulate, right? And this is telling you that you need acceptance around the fact of, around the things that you cannot change, that you cannot, in the moment, alchemize yet, because it's not the time yet. Timing is significant here. Oh, you guys got 2 of these cards. Okay, this one's first. Wolf spirit with family. Yeah, a spirit guide here is definitely an ancestor, like 100%. And bee spirit with prosperity, another 5. 5, 5, 51, which is, there's a 5 there. 515 could also be very significant. Holy moly. Go ahead with the synchronicity. Stormy. That makes me think of Stormy baby. And number 14 with lovers again, erotica and sensuality. I will not say that word because it's gonna sound like something else, and I refuse to do. My accent will mess that up. Okay, that is very, very beautiful. Actually, I'm sorry. There's boobies on that. I'm gonna have to cover that. Sorry, girly. Okay, wait. I'll cover that. All right. No boobies allowed on. Ooh, there's chakras there. Okay, wow, 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 wow. Okay. Whew. 2 wolves and then the spirit wolf. Okay. Do we see a pattern? 2 here, 2 here. Okay, 2 here, 2. Oh, wow. Okay. So, where there is a kind of a stormy weather, I feel like it definitely has to do with a choice, and probably a choice about a mate. And that is the word that they want me to use, and that's so strange. Okay, a choice about a partnership here. And it's not just any partnership. It feels like the partnership, okay? I'm looking at this boat here, and I'm not sure if it's moving this way or that way. I think it is moving this way. Huh. And even like color-wise, do you see how we go from this to this, to this, to this? Like there's a pattern there. And then purple. Purple could be very significant. That makes me think of Saint Germain. If you want to look into that, and that might be an energy that wants to contact you, has messages for you. This lotus here with acceptance. It feels like in accepting the flow of this connection and how it wants to be, how it will, not once, how it will play out in your life, or how it has been playing out in your life, is what helps you to then get to the point where you want to be in the connection, if that all made sense. Also being distracted by the fact that 14 equals 5. So 5s are definitely a number that is significant for you. 5s are about change. They're about moving forward. It comes after 4. It makes me think of a foundation. So foundation has been set here. And now we're going into, right, the foundation has been set. Oh, this makes me think of how beavers make dams, and they use branches and they like intertwine them. Oh, I don't know why all of that is coming through, but it'll connect with whoever needs to. Something about, it's not so much blocking certain things, ooh, with that dam, right? But something about redirection here. Things need to be redirected, or things are being redirected for your benefit, for your prosperity. And a lot of that is, it's happening with a lot of help from past loved ones or just ancestors in general. I need to use another deck here for you. This is the Druid Tarot. I need more information. Four of Wands. Okay, yeah. Definitely about a love connection, a connection that you and this person have been, you're meant for each other. I'm getting now, it's like written in the stars. It is meant to be, and it will be, is what Spirit wants to say here. The spring could be significant. Gemini season. So, oh, Gemini season. May, which is the 5th month, could be significant. What a beautiful card. Beautiful depiction of the 4 of Wands. It makes me think of like it's like setting up for the party, right? Setting up for a wedding, right? That's why there's no people here yet, because it's been set up. People are back here getting ready, or the ceremony is happening and then we're celebrating out here is what it feels like. Again, the foundation has been set though. There's something about they don't need, they want you to really not worry about this anymore. And no, that's not phrased correctly. It's more of things are in motion. Everything is happening as it should. It's coming in quickly too, even though you might feel like right now it's unfathomable for you to even think that this is happening. It is, because you might be in this energy, but little do you know that in the storm of it all, you kind of have to give up, right? It's like, well, let it be what it will be. There's you falling into that acceptance kind of mentality. And like I said, the more that you accept, the more that you let go of what you perceive to be control, which again, I want to remind you of something here. They're saying you have no control. And the reason why you have no control is because it's already been, you've already mapped it out. It's been, things have been chosen. You've chosen, this person has chosen. Now it's time to let the story unfold. And it's a beautiful one. Okay, one more card, I think. Please only take what resonates here. If it doesn't resonate with you, this might not be your pile or your message, okay? The Lovers again, and I cannot show it to you because there's naked people everywhere, but okay, there it is. The Lovers. There's so much stuff in this card that I need you to pay attention to. So I'm going to find a way to cover this up. Hold on a second. Give me a second. All right. I'm going to use another card to just cover the... So, they're in the woods and they're making love, okay? This is 18 plus already. If you didn't know, now you know. But this is really... The sun coming up is a beautiful imagery right here with a deer. And then I want you to pay attention to down here. There's like a being. There's an egg here with the snake wrapped around it. There's eggs here too, by the way. Okay? See what I mean about the spiral? The spiral seems to be very significant. I'm not sure if this is showing up here. Let me bring this closer. I don't know if that is even helping, but it's right there. A lot of greenery. The sun and the moon. Ferns could be significant. What a beautiful image. Yeah, so literally, you get married and then you go into the woods and you celebrate. Okay. All right, Druid Tarot, getting straight to the point. I'm making an effort. I'll show you the actual box for this. I'm making an effort to work with this deck. It came to me yesterday. It popped into my head while I was at work that I needed to use it more. And I've been doing that. I haven't used it in many readings because it is kind of graphic, but I want to really get closer to it because it is very, very magical. As you can see, it got straight to the point. It cut through the bullshit, okay? Not bullshit, but you know, it cut straight to the point, basically. And even though the point was already here, now we have two cards of people being entwined and together. Entwined has been from the beginning your message, or I would say a trigger word or whatever, that has been here. More ferns are here. There's a lot of beauty. There's a lot of opening up of paths and opportunities. Prosperity quite literally in your face here. Sweet as honey. Something like that could be significant. Erotica, sexuality, lovers. So maybe working on your sacral chakra has also been significant for you, or this is something you and this person will do, and it could probably unlock a lot of prosperity for both of you. I think you guys are little cutie patooties, I'll be honest with you, because look at you. It's very sweet, it's very cute. All right, let's look at your... Oh, wow. Okay, this goes along with acceptance, patience. Oh, what a cliche. Not cliche, well, cliche, but also kind of such a way for spirit guides to communicate, and just spirit in general, spirituality in general, or religion even in general, always asks for patience, faith, acceptance, right? So patience. Pause before you take action. Trust that divine timing is at work. Be patient and play whilst you wait. Yeah. The play while you wait makes me think of you connecting with your inner child, following your joy, following your wondrous mind, heart, and spirit. And, you know, that kind of helps you stay busy while all of this unfolds. And there's a lot of magic and a lot of beauty here. You have a lot of support from past loved ones. Again, inner child for sure. Even this person spiritually, energetically as well, could be in a lot of communication from you, getting a lot of communication from you, or communicating with you as well, kind of aiding in the waiting for the storm to pass, if you will. And by storm, it could honestly, it doesn't feel like a huge super bad, super stressful, super harsh dark night of the soul or anything like that. If anything, it feels more of like in the earthly sense, you know, a little bit of change here and there. Give me 1 second. I'm so sorry, part two. I got interrupted by a phone call, but I think that was my cue to let you go as well. Like, I think the message has been delivered. I want to say thank you so much for trusting me to read for you. Sorry, my music also stopped. All right. Thank you so much for trusting me to read for you. And I do hope that these messages and these messages and communication from your spirit guides were helpful and aid you in your path forward in whatever way that they need to. I appreciate you watching, and I hope to see you in other readings in the future. Bye-bye. Hi, part 3. If you guys picked the Ace of Wands or Black Obsidian, this is going to be your reading. So if you guys missed the intro, that is perfectly fine. I will go over a little bit of what this reading is about, or how I'm kind of styling it, or yeah, anyways. So it came about from this deck, the Illuminated Tarot, and the card that inspired it was this card, which is the 5 of Swords in this deck. And this card always signifies to me that its spirit is very present. It wants to be very clear about their messages, even if I'm reading for myself or others in general. So I took that and I was like, okay, so the style of the reading is, imagine you are me, and spirit is your spirit guides, whoever comes through is sitting right across from you, and they have a message that it wants to be very clear. They want to be very clear about the message that they deliver. They want you to believe it, if it resonates, obviously, because I'm reading for a collective. But yeah, that's basically my intention here. So I'm going to be shuffling this deck, looking for this card and looking at what card is before it and after. And then I'm also going to use my pre-picked and pre-shuffled oracles and other cards as well. And then we're gonna go from there. All right, so top 3. Let's see what your spirit guides need to say here. And remember, your spirit guides could be trees, Mother Earth, God, Christ consciousness, maybe a saint that you communicate with, angels, fairies, I don't know the possibilities, and galactic beings, planets, stars, star systems, you know, anything here that your higher self, your inner child, again, the list goes on and on, right? So I don't want you to think too much about, although it has been coming through as far as who is speaking, but also I want the universe, obviously, as well. But I don't want you to hyper focus on that. They want you to more to just focus on the messages that come through that resonate with you. Please leave the rest for someone else. Maybe everything I mention here is for you, but it doesn't have to be, okay? Because it is a collective reading. All right. I don't know why they want me to look at cards, but I will do that. Interesting, okay. All right, a little bit of more of a shuffle, and let's find the 5 of Swords. Okay. Oh, there it is. So we have the 5 of Swords. This is the 10 of Wands. And this is the 3 of Pentacles here. Okay. Getting a lot of messages already. But we're gonna get everything out here on the table, look at it, get all the messages all at once. This is going to be for your advice. I'm leaving it for last, okay? 8 of Swords. Okay. Right off the bat, I have to mention it now because it's in my face, quite literally. Something is hidden here. There's something that you're refusing to see. Okay. Quick disclaimer. This reading, again, this card is about your spirit guides being very blunt, very straightforward with you. And I feel like that's gonna happen here, okay? Especially because they feel like there's something that you're refusing to see, refusing to address, or you see it, but you're hiding behind some kind of wall or excuse is how it's coming across. And with the 3 of Pentacles, it's something that they have been trying to get across to you as well, that hey, you're ignoring this, you're not doing this, what's going on, we're here to support you, why are we not addressing this? Again, the veil here, this makes me think of hiding behind something, hiding behind some kind of excuses, or I don't know, I don't want to use the words, but it feels like excuses. All right. Self-esteem. I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. So are you hiding away? You're hiding your talents. You're keeping yourself back from something that you're meant to be doing, meant to be participating in, maybe. Okay. Rainbow waterfalls with miracles. Oh, that is so beautiful. Okay. Gratitude. All right. Reptilian, predator, survival, and tyrannical. I'm going to get one card from the Druid deck for this card here. I want to clarify that. Please, I don't want you to be scared of that, okay? There's nothing here to be scared of, okay? Nothing at all. Okay, I think it's this one that's standing out. 10 of Cups. Okay. All right. The message is very, 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 very clear. And it's the following. You are, at this point in time, pile 3, you are the only obstacle that you need to overcome. How that is, you know, manifesting in your life, you would know what that applies to or how it's been happening. But you know this. I think you've gotten already a lot of communication and enlightenment from your spirit guides about this. Even you yourself, you could just go within and you feel like, yeah, I think I'm the only one holding myself back from something here. But also it feels like there's like a disconnect about like, okay, well, I feel like I am holding myself back, but what is holding me back really? There's something about you need to go within and find what that is. And once you do, it's going to be so easy for you to release. It's going to be very, very easy for you to release. And it's going to be so easy for you to release it that it's going to unlock so much like intense gratitude. There is like a heart expanding. You have 2 10s here at opposite ends here, right? 10 of Wands and 10 of Cups, very different energies. Very, very different energies. There's a rainbow here. There's a rainbow in this card as well. What this is telling me is that whatever's holding you back, okay, it could definitely be a self-esteem thing that for you, or it could also be maybe things in the past that you feel like there are things that you've done wrong, where you've let yourself down, the things that maybe they're shadowy, okay? Because this makes me think of shadow self work here. And I don't think you shy away from that. Actually, you don't. If anything, you are someone who it feels like, oh, and I want to cry actually. You feel like someone who comes from a place that could be your past, or you in this lifetime have experienced a lot of sadness, a lot of brokenness, a lot of hardships, but you've picked up yourself up over and over again. You've done a lot of healing, okay? You've done a lot of introspection. You see your shadows for what they are, and you don't shy away from them. If anything, you've collected them, if what it feels like here. And now there's this beautiful energy that wants to wash over you, pun intended with waterfall, wash over you and let you clear all of this out, let you release it all. Some of you might want to do a gratitude kind of meditation or a gratitude ritual, light a candle for it, because it is here with this. let that burn and set your intentions to let this candle burn away your perceived obstacles that are actually not obstacles. Yeah, your spirit guides want you to do a ritual for sure. There's something about a ritual here. If you've been thinking about that, you do it. Around the full moon will be really good for you is what I'm getting. But it doesn't have to align with any astrological stuff. You know, you'll do it when you're ready, and when you're ready is when you're meant to do it, kind of thing, right? I'm also getting, expect a lot of tears, a lot of release, maybe for things to feel more bleak before they feel completely gone, right? Something about that. I'm getting something like, okay, you're holding all of this, right? And then you release it, you drop the sticks that you're holding, right? The wands, or what it feels like is lessons, honestly. Pile 3. And then one of those branches hits your big toe, for example, right? Because you're dropping it. And then you got to go through the healing of, you know, oh, I hit my toe, so now I have to heal. So yeah, things get a little bit maybe worse, but not really worse. It's more of, it's part of clearing this out, if you will, before they get better. They definitely want you to believe in yourself and your capabilities, because you are very, very capable. And more than anything, you have a huge, beautiful, amazing heart. They don't want you anymore to deny yourself the truth about yourself. And while maybe for a while, all the truth that you could see about yourself were the lessons, were the shadows, because that's what needed to be unearthed and cleared for you and by you. Now it's time to realize how this is actually empowerment and not a debilitating thing. Okay? And whoever makes you feel like your past wrongs are all that defies you, and that if the only person that does that is you to yourself, this is what needs to be cleared away as well. Okay? You have the tools, you have the support system here as well to do this. This feels very, very like healing of the emotional, for some of you, physical body as well. Healing when it comes to your, again, gifts of the soul, healing with spirit, healing with your spirit guides. Something about accepting help as well. Asking for things to be grateful for, while being grateful about, you're not ungrateful. It's not what I'm saying, but it's like you're grateful already, but also ask for miracles, ask for things to be grateful for while being grateful, and then you'll have more things to be grateful for. That was crazy. Okay. Yeah. There's harmony here for you. A lot of harmony, a lot of beauty. I want to pull one more card for some reason, so I'm going to. And if this has to do with you maybe having an impact on others about how to overcome or how to clear out karma and things that you have been doing, and helping others to do the same, you benefit others by just being you, by experiencing the life that you have experienced. There's something about you realizing that if you've walked this certain path, that other people want to walk as well, especially when it comes to like the road of recovery is what I'm getting. So it's your time to, if you feel like it, like you are someone who wants to give back, who wants to be part of a support system for others, maybe where you lacked support, you want to now support others or help others, right? You're meant to be doing it, but there's something about, part of being inspired to do that is your final like closure, the final thing here in this healing journey for you. Realizing that you want to move forward by helping others too helps you to, like, again, drop this, let it go completely now, clear it out, see it for the gift that it is, the wisdom that it brought you, and then the empowerment that comes from it. Okay. Four of Swords. Yeah, it's like you're sitting and waiting for something, and they're like, no, don't wait. There's no waiting anymore. Again, you know, usually the Three of Swords is three swords stabbing one heart. And they're saying, you've cleared it. You've taken the swords out of the heart. You've meant it, right? You've healed a lot, okay? And now you're empowered, because now you're carrying this. And now you have the other three as well, right? So you have plenty of what you need to proceed here. It feels like also like a sense of security. They're asking, what are you waiting for? And if what you're waiting for is timing, let me show you the bottom of the deck, because it's significant. The Chariot. The timing is now. It's time to go for you, okay? There's something that you need to be doing that you're not doing. She's carrying that sword. She has that wand as well. Balanced. The shadow and the light within and without. As within, so without is above, so below. There it is. You're ready to go. This is, look at that, the Magician after them, the Fool after that. Do you see all of this? So much power and empowerment. Jeez, wow. Yeah, you have everything you need. This is you procrastinating, okay? They don't want you to procrastinate anymore. And you'll know what this is about, you know, how this applies to your life, okay? Because I'm not getting specifics, to be honest. But besides, you know, the obvious here about helping others, the way that you've helped yourself and like helping them see, maybe there's something about being a therapist here as well, could be significant for some of you. But I don't want to dig into the specifics, because it's going to be so many different things, because this is a general reading. But you will know, again, you will know where you are. You're holding yourself back and you're not proceeding. Excuse me, burping a lot for confirmation. Where you're not proceeding because you're procrastinating. No more procrastination, okay? All right, let's see your advice here. Past lives, okay. There it is. Okay, I see it. Release your past life karma. I'm gonna say that again. Release your past life karma. You are an old soul with deep wisdom. Healing your past lives will raise your vibration. That might be what you're doing, actually. You are healing past lives with a lot of shadowness here that you've had to like clear out. But look at you. Look at you now. Wow. Yeah, it's time to release. The key word here is release. Release to allow is what I'm getting, right? Release to allow. Again, that whole, what was the tongue twister with the gratitude thing? It's like, ask for things to be grateful for while being grateful, so that you have more things to be grateful for. Yeah, I'm leaving it there. Thank you so much, Pal 3, for trusting me to read for you. I appreciate you. I hope that this brought you clarity, confirmation, anything at all, advice that you needed here. I want to thank also your spirit guides, obviously, and I hope to see you in other readings in the future.